Welcome back to the ChessGoals YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to do some visualization training. I want you guys to work on trying to picture the chess moves in your mind without the pieces on the board. And I'm going to start at a level that hopefully most of the viewers can attempt this. What I want you to do is try to think of a 2D board in your mind. And if this whole video ends up being too complicated for you, that's okay. There's two ways that you can train your coordinates that'll help you with this exercise. Number one, you can go to coordinates training on leechess.org. And number two, you could go to vision training on chess.com. They're pretty much the same thing, whichever site you like better. Go there, train your coordinates. Even if you know the coordinates pretty well, it's very useful to practice that. It really helps with visualization. So what I want you to do now is close your eyes and try to picture a 2D chessboard. And if at any point you want to open your eyes during this exercise or rewind the video, try something again, feel free to do it. That's what this whole video is about. It's an exercise to see if you can visualize the start position and the whole follow-up all the way to the end. Okay, so you have a 2D chessboard in your mind. Now I'm going to tell you the coordinates of the pieces. So listen closely and feel free to rewind or open your eyes if you need help. There is a white king on h5, a white bishop on e5, a white pawn on h2, a black king on c4, a black pawn on d5, and a black pawn on a7. Now let's go through the moves. This is black to move. Pawn to d4. Bishop takes d4. King takes d4. King to g6. Pawn to a5. Pawn to h4. Pawn to a4. Pawn to h5. Pawn to a3. Pawn to h6. Pawn to a2. Pawn to h7. Pawn to a1. Black makes a queen. Pawn to h8. White makes a queen. King to e4. Queen takes a1. Okay, so open your eyes. Is this end position what you had pictured in your head? And if not, I'm going to go through the moves one more time. And feel free to either try it again or keep your eyes open and watch. What I'm going to do this time, though, is I'm going to explain each move just in a little bit of detail. So I'll say the move and explain it in a little bit of detail. So if you had trouble the first time, close your eyes and try this again, because I'm going to give a little bit of additional explanation with each move. Okay, so we have a white king on h5, a white bishop on e5, a white pawn on h2, a black king on c4, a black pawn on d5, and a black pawn on a7. And it's black to move. So black plays pawn to d4, putting the pawn up next to the king. White plays bishop takes d4. The bishop captures the pawn. Black plays king takes d4, capturing the bishop. White plays king to g6, making way for their h-pawn. Black pushes their a-pawn to a5, so pawn up 2 squares. White pushes their h-pawn to h4, pawn up 2 squares. Black plays pawn to a4. That's now lined up with the black king. White plays pawn to h5. Black plays pawn to a3, 2 squares from queening. White plays pawn to h6, also 2 squares from queening. Black plays pawn to a2. one square from queening. White plays pawn to h7, one square from queening. Black makes a queen, so black gets the queen first, and the black king and queen are on the same diagonal. White plays pawn to h8 and makes a queen, checking the black king. The black king moves to e4, and white plays queen takes a1, winning the black queen. All right, so that was the first visualization exercise. I would love to know what you guys thought. Let me know in the comments. Were you able to visualize it? Did you get caught up on anything? And definitely let me know, would you like to see more of these videos? Because I can create more complex positions. I can create easier positions. That would also be good to know if you want to see more of these. Should they be harder or easier? I think this is a nice style of training for YouTube especially, because I can give you guys positions, talk you through it, and you can pick. You can click around the video. You can decide to rewatch segments, close your eyes, open your eyes, whatever you want to do. And I hope this helps you. I think this type of training will help with calculation as well as being able to play a game of blindfold chess. It's also a really nice skill to have, and it's a way to impress your non-chess friends at parties or even your chess friends. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll look forward to reading the comments, seeing what you guys thought of it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.